Fortnite Season 3 is finally here with a new jungle biome, mythics, weapons, and I'll be showing you all the little secrets. There are even puzzles you have to solve, so let's head on over to Rumble Ruins. Our new POI sticks out immediately above the trees, and it's seriously huge, but one of the best rooms is locked behind a paywall. You have to trade epic weapons to open these, and in return you get Loot Paradise. But a higher rarity is mythic, and Season 3 has added a new one in the form of the CYBERTRON cannon. You can find this anywhere on the map, and it literally vaporizes people. You kinda hold it like a minigun, but it's explosive, and if you shoot it in the air, you get knocked back like a flint knock. But you also gotta watch out for the jungle's wildlife. Raptors are running around and attacking everyone, so if you're not careful, they can wipe you out as soon as you land. As usual, you can tame them with meat, but I would recommend something else though. Jump on their back and you'll immediately tame them. And not just that, now you're riding it and it is yours to keep. We have waited years for this, and that's not all, because there are raptor eggs scattered in the jungle, and you can find one and nurture it. Congratulations, now you're a parent. If you can't find a raptor to take you through the jungle, there's plenty of other ways to get around. From zip lines into the trees to bouncy mushrooms on the cliffs, but the best one is vine skidding. This is Season 3's version of grind rails, and you can now surf along the branches to take enemies by surprise. It's actually really fun. You can already tell summer is here, and if you want to get in the mood, I have a special announcement. Starting tomorrow, you can grab the top 5 gaming locker bundle in Fortnite. We got Summer Midas, the longboard glider, and obviously I had to include the plunger. Thank you to everyone who uses code T5G to pick it up. I still can't believe this is real, and it wouldn't have been possible without all of you. Anyway, Fortnite has added other POIs in the jungle like Shady Stilts. This is a huge village with a massive temple at the top, and yeah, it's full of loot, but you can't get in. There's no way to break through this. You have to complete a puzzle to go deeper. It has multiple layers, and you have to sacrifice all kinds of items, but it is totally worth it at the end. Unlike wild wasps, these are new insects that roam the jungle and swarm around plants. They're kinda identical to fireflies, just uglier, and you can now collect them in a jar to throw at people. The difference is these wasps follow enemies around and harass them. Damage isn't great, but it's a good distraction while you run away. Speaking of making an escape, the jungle is covered in mud and you can slide through it to go extra fast. You'd think mud would slow you down, but it turns out you can use it as a slip and slide, which no one expected. You can also run in here to get rid of wasps, and the speed boost is there as long as you're covered in mud. But keep looking around and you'll find a pedestal with a new weapon on top. This is the kinetic boomerang. It's super lightweight and you can throw it at anyone. Not only does it lock onto them, but it returns straight back to you, and if you somehow miss an enemy, you can bring it back early with an explosion, just in case. Pretty insane, but pay attention to the jungle's flowers. They might look like decorations, but they're incredibly useful, like the stink flower. Shoot it and it does exactly what you'd expect. These blue ones are slurp plants that heal you, and then there's the bomb flower that was in the trailer. They work like gas cans, so watch out. Unfortunately, no, you can't find launch pads around the jungle, but you can use hop flowers. They send you insanely high with no fall damage, which is really helpful for getting above the tree line. Onto a new POI, CREEKY compound is super interesting. Compared to the other areas, it is very different and looks like the headquarters of the expedition crew. There's no temples or ancient ruins here. Everything is modern with tons of compound-like buildings and a radio tower. Just before the season, we had these tents around the cracks, and they all shared the same logo. Now it's on the containers in this POI, so we gotta figure out who are they, and it looks like I've got a ton of story research to do. Fortnite went ham on this update. There's a ridiculous amount of augments in Season 3. You can find the Primal Companion, which gives you thermal vision and regenerates your health on animals. This perk hands you wild wasp jars, and sprint lines give you a slap effect on grind rails. Then Shell Slide is exactly what it sounds like. Compare that with the shotgun reload, and it could be a deadly combo. For all the sweats out there, Fortnite is basically telling you to get a job. They have remade bounty boards and turned them into job boards. Instead of hunting down a player, now you have a ton of options. You can search chests, visit locations, pretty basic challenges. It's worth it to save up gold, because there's a ton of items in Season 3 that you can't afford to miss out on. Like the thermal DMR. This is a necessity in the jungle because there's so many plants and bushes, spotting enemies is hard without it. There's also a new assault rifle and people love it. Say hello to the Flapjack rifle. It's literally a gun from World War I, but that doesn't stop it from being powerful. If you want even more power, there's a secret mythic version of the Flapjack, and you can only find it in the keycard vaults. Use this and you're guaranteed to win. Now you're rewarded with the Season 3's Victory Umbrella, and let me tell you, it's probably the best one we've had in years. Yeah, it's a banana tree with a crown, reminding you how many peelies you've killed to earn it, you monster. Speaking of monsters, the Mythic Drum Shotgun is here, and it's super OP. This thing shreds through everything in its path, and there's only one way to get it. You have to capture the point at Loot Island, and your squad is rewarded with the Mythic. And yeah, this place is gonna be a battleground in the next few days. So with the new season, there's always a fresh battle pass, and this time around, it's incredible. Sitting at tier 100, we have Fortnite's worst kept secret, Optimus Prime. But he is the only collab of Season 3, everyone else is original. Lorenzo is the classic explorer dude, until you unlock his edit styles, revealing Lorenzo the Dashing. He's related to Renzo the Destroyer, we just gotta figure out how. Then we have Trace, who's a part of the Luminary Rebels. They're probably the expedition crew in the jungle, so keep an eye on this guy. Era is also a very important character. Yeah, she has a 0-point clock on her belt, but everything in her set is story related. This battle pass is stacked. There's also Rien, Mariposa, Relic, and of course a secret skin, Paradise Meowscles. It wasn't what we expected, but then Fortnite surprised everyone in the trailer. At the end, you can spot Dr. Sloan wearing a totally new outfit. This was leaked months ago in the surveys, and the skin is in the files right now. Maybe it's the next Fortnite crew. But she's not the only one after the 0-point, because there's a secret deep in the jungle, and tons of players have already missed it. There's a giant stone sphere, and if you listen closely, it sounds exactly like the 0-point. Turns out the powerful orb is back, and this time encased in stone, so we'll have to wait and see what happens, especially with Sloan around. There's also a bunch of unvaulted items like the combat SMG and the exotic tracker pistol. Nothing too special, but that's because everyone is talking about the drum shotgun making a return. Everyone knows how OP this thing is, and now it is back for another season of chaos. At least you'll be able to see him coming. In addition to the thermal DMR, the fish has also made a return. You can find them in coolers or catch them yourself, and eating them grants you thermal vision. But only a few players are getting a free item when logging in this season. If you already have the Safari skin, when you open the game, you'll get the brand new stealth variant. Not only has she swapped out for dark clothes, even her hair is pink. Now later this season, we're finally gonna see the rope and chain grenade that got leaked. Instead of firing a string of grenades like we first thought, it'll create a chain between two objects. There's not much info on what this might do, but it could let you create your own zip lines. So if you thought that sounded crazy, wait until you hear about the upcoming wheel grenade. I bet you'll never be able to guess what it does because it actually creates a physical wheel and attaches to anything you throw on. I mean, imagine creating a vehicle from a rock or even a tree. There's also a bunch of new NPCs you can find around the island right now. Peely is in the north of the jungle, camping out with objects from his past like the giant Colosseum statue. There's also Dr. Sloan, the unreleased Vulpes skin, and more to add to your collection. And if you're already in need of some bonus XP, then check the quest tab because part 1 of Transformers are now live. While completing them, hop in a vehicle and tune into the mysterious transmission radio station to hear Optimus himself giving you a message, voiced by Peter Cullen.
This reality is doomed to collapse, but hope is not yet lost. I cannot sustain this broadcast for much longer. Listen, and more will follow.
All of this is leading up to the summer event. We now have an official date, so expect this to arrive on July 4th. Sounds pretty exciting. There's 2 sets of quests called Propping and Mural, so maybe we'll have to graffiti something. But most importantly, they'll give out free rewards, not to mention the leaked surfboard. But that is everything new in Fortnite Wilds. It's been Tommy. Like I said, make sure to use code T5G if you pick up our locker bundle, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.